Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool. And this is the SEYVUM 6-inch battery-powered chainsaw. It uses 20 volt, these are 2 amp hour batteries. Comes with 2 of them. It's a kit. Now normally I might think, gosh, what do we got here? It's like a little toy chainsaw. In fact, well, yeah, sort of. That's one of the dangers of it, is because you have to be careful. It's not a toy, but it's very effective. We'll go outside in a moment and try it on some things. But the reason I know that is because I got sent this guy about a year ago. Need to tighten the chain up on this. But it's actually been an amazing little tool. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it does actually work really well. And I've beat it up and used it hard for pruning, and you can see just the wear and tear. That's the original chain too. It came with 2 chains, and it just keeps going and going. And it's so handy because it's so light. This one's a little lighter than this green one that I'm going to be reviewing, but that's almost the danger. Is it's so fast, so light, but it's still a spinning chain that could certainly do some damage. So you want to take all traditional chainsaw safety precautions, but they're so light, so handy, single hand use. Now Milwaukee also has one that's in the running, but this is it's over 5 pounds. So yeah, you can easily do it with one hand, but it's a much more substantial saw. This does a lot more. Whereas when you get into these smaller ones, like the SEYVUM, it's actually a very well designed, super light tool that's got a lot of spunk. Now these don't have oilers on them. You can oil the blades, obviously, if you want. I'm not sure I've ever oiled this guy. It just doesn't spin that fast. I think this says it goes up to 4,200 RPM, so might not be a bad idea. That's going to be faster than this guy. Very quick chain tensioning. That's one of the big things you see here. I still need a tool, but here I can loosen this and snug up the chain that fast. These small chains, they tend to loosen a little bit easier than I think the bigger ones. It does have a retractable blade guard there. Hand guard here. Simple battery design. This one does have, you can see the battery indicator. They're fairly lightweight. Use a little plug-in charger. They're not heavy duty. I mean, you don't try to cut a tree down, but most of the stuff where they really excel at, they really do excel. I mean, they're for limbing, for pruning, for landscaping, trail clearing, even a little bit of artwork if you want to try to manipulate something, because you can operate the tip of the saw with a little less concern than a full-size chainsaw that can obviously really grab or kick back. But overall, they're pretty slick, and they're about $100, or less. Whereas the Milwaukee with a battery is coming in at over $250. So yes, they look like toys. They feel kind of like they're toys, but they are solid tools as long as you stay in their wheelhouse. And if you do, you're going to get, I know, at least over a year of hard use with this guy. But you might get a lot more, and it's going to be a lot easier to operate. Just watch out that you don't forget it's not a toy. It's not a simple thing. This is a spinning chainsaw blade with all of the danger that any other chainsaw blade has. So anyway, let's head outside and see what this thing does. All right, so we're out here. We've got this SEYVUM chainsaw ready to go. I'm going to pop the cover off, showing you this little tiny blade here. It's got a safety push button, similar to Milwaukee's, but a lot easier to push. Gotta love the dog. So I've got some pieces of wood here. Let's go ahead and see what this does. So just don't push too hard, too fast. It does have a little bit of a the standard grip. It's usually metal spikes on regular chainsaws, but allows you to roll into the log. If I'm careful, I can probably get a better bite. Let's try that. So that's not too bad. Yeah, sure, I'm stalling it a couple of times, but I do that with other electric ones. Let's try a little different wood here. For limbing, it's great. You know, if I wanted to cut off some of these. Cut through the big one here. Not bad. Chains still holding up. And then if you're doing some, you know, firewood or backyard, you know, stuff like this, just chews through. Of course, the easy manipulation, the lightweight. I mean, it's very light. Just allows you to grab things and make short work of it. The problem, of course, is this is a really lightweight tool. But that's a dangerous blade. So you just want to be careful. You don't let it go flying off or get too close. I mean, look at that. I'm using my hand for other stuff while I've got this in it. Or if you've got somebody in the family that wants to be able to use something like this, but maybe doesn't have the arm strength or even the confidence. Oh, I can see my chains loosening a little bit right there. So just unscrew this set screw and then start cranking up the adjustment there. It's a lot easier on this than most other saws. A little tight. And again, I haven't oiled this thing. Wow, that's great. Let's try that. Not bad. That's why I like these, even though they're inexpensive. There's a link below to this guy, and that's why I'm excited about them. Simple, inexpensive, lightweight, super tool, even though you wouldn't think so maybe on the surface. And with that, Doc out.